Good morning, friends. So, till yesterday, we have seen the Indian forest types. So, in the Indian forest types, we have seen 8 of them. Okay, now in the today's discussion, we are going to see the remaining 8 Indian forest types, and along with that, we are going to see the one more topic for today's discussion, that is grasslands. Okay, so in this chapter, that is terrestrial ecosystem. So we have done with the tundra type, the forest ecosystem. In the Indian forest types, we have seen 8 type of Indian forest types, and the remaining 8 we are going to deal now. And after this, we are going to see the grasslands. So in the previous class, we have completed the deforestation also, guys. So after the grasslands, so we have only 2 topics left with us for this chapter. That is the desertification and the desert ecosystem. So the topics for today's discussion is, we have Indian forest types, Indian forest types, and the second topic for the discussion is grasslands. Okay, grasslands. So guys, so we have seen the 8 Indian forest types. Okay, now we are continue from there. So the 9th one is, we are having the 9th one, subtropical pine forest. So what do you mean by subtropical pine forest? So subtropical pine forest are having the deep dry slopes of the Shivalik, the eastern and the central Himalayas, guys. Okay, so these are having the deep and steep slopes of the eastern and the central forms of the Himalayas and the Shivaliks. So the vegetation found over this place are the oak, amla, pine. So these are the vegetation found over this place, that is subtropical pine forest. So after this, we have, so after the subtropical pine forest, so we have subtropical dry evergreen forest. So subtropical dry evergreen forest. So this type of forest are having the prolonged dry and hot climate. So these are having the dry and hot seasonal climate, that is prolonged dry and hot climate. So these are having the shiny leaves. Okay, guys, the leaves are shiny and they have cold winters. Okay, so this type of forest are having the cold winter. So the places where this type of forest found are the Shivaliks. Okay, so this is about the subtropical dry evergreen forest. So after that, we have the mountain wet climate, mountain wet forest. So the mountain wet forest exists in India in the northern and the southern region, guys. So in the northern region, it extends from the eastern Nepal to the Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, so it extends from the eastern Nepal to the Arunachal Pradesh. So they are having the minimum rainfall of 2000, guys. Okay, 2000 centimeters. Right? Okay, the minimum rainfall is 2000 centimeters. So this type of forest have formed as the layers. So the layers exist are, so in the topmost layer they are having the coniferous forest, guys. So coniferous forest, they have deciduous forest, and they have dendrosa forest. The coniferous forest, the deciduous forest, and the dendrosa are the forest, are the layers they are present. Okay, guys. So in the southern part of the region, they are present at the Nilgiri place. So Nilgiri hills, and the forest cover is dense in the northern part of the India, guys. So these are the features of the mountain wet forest. So after mountain wet forest, we have temperate forest, guys. That is moist, temperate. So the moist temperate are present, guys. So in the moist temperate, they are having the regions of from the western Himalaya to the eastern Himalayas, guys. So they are having the regions from the western Himalayas to the eastern Himalayas. So in the western Himalayas, the forests are having the broadleaves. Okay, guys, the forests are having the broadleaves. Whereas in the eastern Himalayas, they are having the much rainfall and the trees are in greenery, guys. Okay, so this type of extends from the western Himalayas to the eastern Himalayas. Okay, and these are having the trees of the coniferous, guys. Okay, coniferous forests are present. Like the trees are the coniferous trees. Okay, guys. So after the moist temperate, we have dry temperate. Dry temperate. So the moist temperate means Himalayan moist. Himalayan moist. So Himalayan moist, and we have Himalayan dry temperate. So the Himalayan dry temperate are the one which are having the climatic conditions like same as the Himalayan moist condition, guys. The thing is, the dry temperate having the trees of the coniferous forest only, guys. Okay, so they are having the most same climatic conditions and the features as we are having in the moist temperate. Okay, and the flora present in the Himalayan dry temperate also coniferous, guys. Okay, so after that we have subalpine forest. So the subalpine forest are the one which are extends from the Jammu and Kashmir to the Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, their extends starts from the Jammu Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, so these are having the timber. These are having the growth of the timber, guys. So this forest is good source for the timber growth. Okay, guys, and this forest we are having the dense. Why? Because the humidity and the rainfall in this region is very high, guys. Okay, the rainfall and humidity in this region is very high. Okay, so we are having the good timber growth, and it extends from the Jammu Kashmir to the Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, after this we have the moist alpine forest. So the moist alpine forest are present at the Himalayas and the Myanmar borders. Okay, these are present at the Himalayan and the Myanmar borders. So these are having the good amount of snowfall, guys. These regions are having the good amount of snowfall, that is thick snowfall. Okay, and these regions are good enough for having the evergreen forest. Okay, guys. So these are the characteristic features of the moist alpine forest. And the last one we are having is dry alpine forest. So the dry alpine forest are the one which are present at an altitude of between 3,000 to 4,900 meters. So between these altitude, guys, these are the dry alpine forest are present. That is between 3,000 to 4,900 meters. So these are having the dwarf plants. So the dwarf plants are common in this region. So the examples of these are the willows. Okay, guys, willows. So willows are the example of this type of forest. So I repeat guys, subtropical pine forest, subtropical dry evergreen forest, the mountain bed forest, Himalayan moist temperate, Himalayan dry temperate, subalpine, the moist alpine and the dry alpine forest days. So these are the features that I explained about the type of forest. So now we will see what are the importance of the forest. So what are the importance of the forest? So forests are good source guys for many regions. So they act as the as I explained previous class guys, that is homeostasis, that is self-regulating guys. So they make themselves self-regulating in balancing the required things of the forest. Okay guys, so they maintain the balance. Okay, so they are the best raw material for industries. Okay, and the and for the development of the any economy, so forest will be used for many industrial purposes. Okay guys, and if you see, so forest gives us the plant medicine guys. So the free medicine that we get from the parents plants only. So we have multiple of benefits from the forest guys. So this is about the Indian forest type, that is I have explained the 16 type of Indian forest type. So things what we have done till now is a tundra. After that we have a forest ecosystem. So in the forest ecosystem we have dealt with the coniferous, temperate and the tropical. So after that I have done with the Indian forest type, that is 16 forest type, and in the previous class we have done with the deforestation. Now I take one more topic guys, that is grasslands. Okay, so today's one more topic is grasslands. Okay, guys. Okay, so grasslands. So what do you mean by grasslands? So in the grasslands we are going to see grasslands importance, type and impact of grazing. Impact of grazing. So what do you mean by grasslands? So what are the importance of the grasslands, its types of grasslands and the impact of grazing? So what are the grasslands? So grasslands are the one which are having the rainfall between the 25 to 75 centimeters guys. So if you take the rainfall region is between the 25 to 75 centimeters, that ecosystem consists as that ecosystem termed as the grassland ecosystem. So grassland ecosystem is the one which is less than the forest and above than the desert ecosystem. Because the desert ecosystem is having the rainfall of below 25 centimeters. Whereas the forest are having the rainfall of above 75. So the grasslands exist between the desert and the forest guys. Okay. So these types of grasslands are the mostly they are found at the temperate grasslands. So temperate regions guys. So these are found mainly at the temperate regions guys. So if you see the grasslands are of two types guys. That is the savanna grasslands and the steppe grasslands. So savannas are the one which are found at the dry regions. Means dry regions means like the tropical regions we can find the savanna, and the steppe we can find at the temperate regions. Okay guys, steppe we find at the temperate regions, that is the rainfall regions. Okay, means like we can say the cold regions. Okay, so the steppe regions are the one which are the good source of the grasslands guys. So the grasslands having the large cover in the steppe region. So if you take the grasslands of this region, so these have a good soil amount exposure guys. So this soil is good exposure to the environment conditions. So the grasslands or the steppe are having the good source for the cattle guys to their feeding. Okay, this is about the grasslands. So now we will see Sorry guys. Importance of the grasslands, or we can say that the benefits of the grasslands. So what are the benefits of the grasslands? So grasslands are very very important as they food for many millions of animals. Guys, many millions of animals depend upon the grasslands for their sources, guys. Okay, so after that, after the many animals, so the few livestock animals are also depend upon the grasslands. Okay, so grasslands will take, so the livestock will take the food from the grasses. So livestock is giving the raw material for the villagers in India. So like that, they can take the milk from them, so they can use as a meat. So in such a way, the raw material is taken by the villagers in India from the livestock. Okay, guys, and the many more, like they play an important role in the ecosystem. Okay, in the ecosystem also. And at present, we have only 15 million hectares permanently under the grassland case. Okay, so this is the importance of the grassland. So types of grassland. So if you see the types of grassland, so grasslands are classified into 6 types. So depending upon the climatic conditions, they are classified into 6 types. So among the 6, we are going to see 4 grasslands which are present in the India. So the first one is the semi-arid. Semi-arid. So semi-arid grassland is the one which is found at the northern part of the Gujarat, the Rajasthan, the Delhi, Punjab, and the western UP, guys. So in these places, the semi-arid grasslands are present. Guys, I repeat, the northern Gujarat, the Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, and the Delhi. So at these places, semi-arid grasslands are present. After semi-arid grass, we have dry sub-humid. Dry sub-humid. So these dry sub-humid grasslands are present wholly at the peninsular plateau. So the peninsular plateau, if you see, so in the peninsular plateau, we can see this type of ice. Okay, this is the entire peninsular plateau. At this entire peninsular plateau, dry sub-humid grasslands are present. So the climatic conditions over there make them to form those type of grasslands. So after that, we have the moist sub-humid grasslands. So the moist sub-humid grasslands are found at the Ganga and the alluvial plains of the northern India. Okay, these are found at the Ganga and the alluvial regions of the northern India. So after this, the moist sub-humid, we have the mountain temperate gas. The mountain humid, okay, mountain humid grasslands. So these are found at the Manipur, the Jammu Kashmir, the Uttar Pradesh, and the Assam. So the mountain humid grasslands are found at the Jammu Kashmir, Assam, Uttar Pradesh, and the Manipur. So these are the types of grasslands found in the India. So after this, the last topic for today's discussion is impact of grazing. So what is the impact of grazing? So grasslands are there for the grazing. So what is the impact if it is completely means it is completely lost, or the some part of the it is lost? So first and foremost impact of the grassland is, so if the grassland is overgrazed. Okay, guys. So if the grassland is overgrazed, so they form the condition like the desert, guys. So in such that then they grow the plants like the suitable for the desert areas, like xerophotes, like xerophytes. Okay, the plants like the xerophytes, and the animals like the burrowing, guys. Burrowing. So these are the type of plants and animals found in the region if the grazing is depletion. Okay, so after the grazing depletion, so after this, so the humus present at the place will be decreased, guys. So there will be no humus present in the at the place. Okay, guys. So what will happen means this will form the effect of a puddling effect. What do you mean by puddling effect? Puddling effect means the water present on the ground will not go, means they will not penetrate into the soil base. So those will be present at the top level only. It is puddling effect. Okay, guys. Okay, and this will affect the producers, guys. So producers will get affected, guys. Why? Because if there are no green plants, so how can producers produce the food, guys? Okay, so and the consumers will find difficult to consume, guys. Okay, so the without grasslands is very difficult for the consumers to have the food. So it will affect the gaseous cycle, guys, like the water cycle, carbon cycle, and the nutrient cycle. So these cycles will be affected, guys. So and at the last, the grassland, micro grassland conditions will be hampered. Okay, guys, the micro grassland conditions will be hampered if there is an excess grazing. So these are the about the impact of the grazing. So I complete my session here, guys. So what we all seen for today's class is the remaining 8 topics, that is the 8 types of Indian forest types. After that, we have seen the grasslands. So in the grasslands, so what are the grasslands? About all those things we have done, and the importance of the grasslands, or the benefits of the grasslands, the types of grasslands and their occurrence, and the impact of grazing, guys. So with this, I am completing the session now. So after that, after this, I will take only one class, guys. So such that we can complete this chapter. So in that class, I am going to take the deforestation, desertification and desert ecosystem. So if you're done with these 2 minutes, we will complete this chapter, guys. Afterwards, we will take the aquatic ecosystem. Thank you one and all.